Are we on? It looks like we're on. Holy crap, we're back. Hello everybody, Mr. Moo back in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous. And let's get this turned off here. Let's see. There we go. It's been a while. It's been a while, but we're back. It's good. I've missed this. So, busy day today. October 27th, 3303. And looking at the news, well, what's going on in Elite Dangerous? We're doomed. The latest news update, capital ships. Aegis's chief military liaison has pretty much admitted capital ships do something between Jack and shit, and Jack left town. Admiral Aidan Tanner, Aegis's chief military liaison, has addressed reports of capital ships being destroyed by Thargoids. Although the shutdown field neutralizer developed by Aegis is capable of protecting small ships, we've encountered difficulties adapting the technology to larger spacecraft. Furthermore, the fact that Thargoids tend to target larger vessels with multiple shutdown beams simultaneously makes the task of protecting them more difficult. The fact that capital-class ships are more vulnerable to Thargoid attack means they are an ineffective way of protecting outposts, planets, and shipping lanes. Consequently, for the present, the deployment of capital ships is not considered an effective defense strategy. I wonder what that means. Could it mean smaller ships on the horizon, so to speak? Eldani, thank you. Good to be back. Yes, my mouth is better. Let me just tell you. 90 minutes in a dentist chair is like 17 years real time. I was in that chair for nearly 2 decades, and it felt it. But we're back. Mostly healed. Kind of tanned. You know, it's Seattle, not too much in the way of tanning. But, yeah, and another big thing today, I mean, just kind of marking an occasion. If anybody was here for my first attempt at getting a stream channel going, you may remember my first spaceship cat, Maxim. And he was a good guy. And if you don't remember him, well, here's what the big guy looked like. He was a good guy. He was the best. And it's been 2 years today since he passed. He just had too big a heart, literally. And I miss him every day. Started off as a little kitten. Found him at the age of, well, we adopted him when he was 4 weeks old. And he was smaller than a Beanie Baby. And when we gave him some good food, and he got big. Very big. 17, 18 pounds in his prime. And unfortunately, he was only 4 years old when he just suddenly got sick, and took him to the vet, and that was that. So, see you, buddy. But we'll see about training Hank up to be a worthy successor to the Spaceship Cat label. So, new appearance. I started off trying to create a stream overlay, and I think I accidentally a TOS movie era LCARS display. But a few things. We've got sensor data here from the last planet we scanned. We've got the estimated values of all scanned planets in the system. So that's kind of neat. We've got a chat box. We've got alerts. Speaking of alerts, a few shout-outs since I was gone. That would be Hister77, Lando501, Vallejo, Cold End 1, Metacog Jave, and Vertex9. Thank you all so much for following the channel. Really means a lot. So, anniversaries and everything, and just memorials out of the way. Yeah, chat seems to be faster. That's good. Glad to hear. Let me see if I can't get a slight adjustment going on the chat. Let's see if I can't stretch that out a little bit to fill the box better. There we go. There we go. See what that does. Lock that in. So, what do we got? We've got a crazy ship, actually. We've got an exploration orca. Not too much combat today, just kind of wanted to get out in the deep dark and see what's there, because I finally got around to learning the technique of listening for planets. You honk the great big foghorn of discovery, you see what's out there, you zoom in on a planet, and you can hear what it sounds like. As an example, let's go to one we all know. Head to the Sol system. And it helps if you have individual headphones that you can turn up the volume on. But, go to Earth. And right there for a little bit, you could hear birds, like jungle birds, in the background. That's kind of what you're looking for. That's what an Earth-like planet sounds like. And as we go on and explore a little bit, we'll find out what some of the other planets sound like. So, let's go find something. Let's see. That's a ways out. What do my notes say? Tons of unexplored here. Oh, that's not right. Don't want to go there. This looks a little bit closer. How bad is this? 1,500 light years? Jog around the block. Jet cone boosts are set. Head tracker is good to go. Alex, you there?
Onboard scanning complete.
Alex is here. And I've got a giant spaceship cat behind me. Howdy, Hank. Lights on?
Lights on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And since I had to poke around with the volume, let me know if it's a little loud, and I will adjust accordingly. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Maybe a bit, but not too bad. Alright. Let's turn this down ever so slightly. There we go. Why an exploration orca? Well, one, the view is spectacular. 2, in case I run into trouble, well, I'm cruising at 398. And the boosters can probably get me out of trouble in a bit of a hurry there. Ha! Struggled to talk and learned to listen. Yeah, that's not inaccurate. Okay, let's see. What else do I need to check on? Galnet News. Set. There we go. Put this over here. There we go. Windows on top of windows on top of windows. Get a pretty good jump out of this thing, too. Now, mind you, when I said totally unexplored in my notes, that was around a year ago, so probably not so much anymore, but hey, worth a shot. Fuel scoop is a little small for a ship this big, but it gets the job done. And we'll pop into this next system and... Oh, hey! Just passed through the system you're jumping to not 2 minutes ago. Don't shoot, I'm unarmed. System map.
System map.
Okay, nothing too spectacular to listen to here. Let's move on. Hey, unknown as well, so... bonus. White dwarf star. Less of a bonus. Oh, well, in that case, the Orca wins. Ramming speed! Wow. Okay, getting a scan going here. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Now we just have to make sure we don't hit the gravity step there, but it looks like we're good.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Boost activated.
Come on. Out you go. There you go. Aspects with 4C thrusters. Yeah. Though I guess since they dropped the mass on the Orca, I'm not sure if the Orca ramming technique works as well as it used to. Not that I'm going to try anytime soon, mind you, but, you know. Scientific curiosity. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Warning, frameshift
I don't like using white dwarf star boosts, but they still provide a little bit of boost, so there you go. Oh, that is not a direction I want to be in, though. No, it was not wisdom teeth. It was... well, it was a gum graft. I don't want to go into the details on it, but it involves some mad science, some stem cells, some stitches going in places where stitches ever oughtn't happen, and a whole lot of high-quality painkillers. I don't like using white dwarf star boosts. The gravity zone is way too big on them, Just way too much of a chance for yourself to get spun back around into the star. Ugh. Perfect way to end up perfectly dead. System map.
System cartography.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's give this a listen, see what we get. Kind of a windy sound with kind of a buzz to it. That's probably going to be high metal content. And I will check my star charts here in a moment and find out.
View scooping.
Huh. According to this, it's actually not been explored for EDSM. .4% and a Navy mission away from a Clipper. Congratulations. Those things redefine speed. Well, big speed, I should say. Something that big should not be able to travel that fast, and yet here we are.
Fuel sink disengaged.
30,000 light seconds. Do I really want to? There's other planets I'll find that that we can listen to and see. But we will grab a scan on this just because. Ah, damn it! The Sea Star hasn't been. The Sea Star hasn't been scanned either. The things I do for science. Kinda, sorta, I-Mage. Exploring with a whale, if that counts. Kinda, sorta, maybe. That's true. This is relatively close. Which actually got me to thinking, and I've told this to a few friends, and they're like, dude, you've already said this. But I haven't said it on Twitch, so it counts as new. I got to thinking about travel in... actually, I got to think about various FTL systems. Like the Expanse. The Expanse doesn't have FTL. They've just got really, really good real space drives. You know, that can do high G accelerations for large amounts of time. Great for jumping around in the, in the solar system. Then you've got the hyperdrive of Star Wars, which is about the closest thing we've gotten Elite with the hyperspace travel. And you've got the warp drive from Star Trek, which is like the Super Cruise drive. Except they have to go everywhere with it. And I've come to the realization that a warp drive sucks for storytelling. If anybody here has watched Star Trek II or remembers it off the top of their head, there was a line from Chekhov where the Reliant had been searching for dead worlds for months. Now, they were looking for a planet. Don't know what that was, Alex, but they were looking for a dead world that was in the Goldilocks zone of a star system. And it had to be of one, Earth-like composition, density, radius, etc. The Hypergates in Cowboy Bebop are nice. They're fun. So the planets they're looking for, Goldilocks Zone, and of Earth-like kind of general stats, mass, density, etc., but couldn't have any life on it. And so their mission for the past 3 months or so had been to go around scanning every dead planet they could find from star system to star system. Now, right now, we're coming up on 212C, 220. The old scale warp system was qubit. So, warp 1, speed of light. Warp 2, 8 times the speed of light. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2. Warp 3 was... what was that? 16 times, Warp 3, 27, 3 times 3 times 3. Warp 4 was 64 times the speed of light. Warp 5 was 125, and so on and so forth. Right now we're closing in on somewhere between... well, we're just shy of Warp 6. So, flying from star system to star system when a ship's cruising speed was around Warp 6. And then, once you dropped into a system, and this got totally ignored in a whole lot of Star Trek for probably the reason I'm about to bring up, but full impulse, under usual... no, Alex, I didn't mean that. Full impulse under usual conditions usually meant something like 1/4 to 1/2 light speed because you didn't want the crew running into relativistic effects. In fact, if you had to spend a certain amount of time at really high impulse, yeah, that's exactly right. The secret of warp drives that moves at the speed of plot. I've looked at the warp scale on Memory Alpha, and it actually makes me angry from a writing perspective that there was no consistency in there. But yeah, it's recommended that if you spend high amounts of time at high impulse maneuvers, that basically you get your ship checked out with the nearest timekeeping beacon as soon as you can, just to find out how much relativistic time shift you've encountered. And we've just run into a problem with, I see that with iMage. You have... oop, that's not what I wanted at all. That's what I was wondering about. Chat seems to have gotten a little, big. There we go. Take the parody that all humans are mad scientists and bend reality as they need. I've heard worse theories. So basically, humans are like 40k orcs. All their science is based on clap your hands if you believe. Well, we'll fix that in a jiffy right there, won't we, Eldani? Okay, so this planet is C7. System map.
System cartography.
So, you. Zoom in. And it just sounds desolate. So these other planets here are going to be icy, icy, icy. This one... I don't know what to make of that one. So we'll go and have a look and see what comes up. Transformer Space Bridge. You know, honestly, I'd rather move at the speed of plot. Space bridges are like very messy stargates. So listening into this planet, I'm not sure what to make of it. It sounds like it could be an ice world. I'm betting you're right. I think the two innermost are high metal content. This is the third one. And this one, I'm still trying to train my ear on it. This one sounds like it could be icy. Now, it could be icy, could be rocky. I'm not sure. Okay, what are you? You're rocky ice. Okay, so that's what I was picking up there. This one's got kind of a buzz to it, but... I'm going to say all three of those are actually going to be about the same, rocky ice. Let's go find out. Let's get the right planet targeted, though. Techno Stonehenge, then gate an entire planet. Movie Space Bridge doesn't count. Okay, and once we get... There we go. Rocky ice. And I'm betting that one's going to be rocky ice as well. So it's kind of a... There's a slight hint of a buzz when you listen in close. But it's also got the wind just screaming. System map.
System map.
And survey says rocky ice. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
I don't know. Sometimes those are the ones you really want to have a look at. Because they might be screaming about something you want to know about. System map.
System map.
Nope. Not even bothering. Engaging nope drive. Nope factor, screw this. So yeah, back to starship speeds. I did a quick back-of-the-napkin kind of calculation. And figured that with a good FSD boost, you can cover 5,000 light years an hour pretty easy if you've got a good jump drive and a good set of neutron stars. Which puts you right at about the warp 360 under the old scale. I tried putting the speeds in under the TNG warp scale, and that just said 10. It didn't even try. System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Then again, I really, honestly hate the TNG warp scale. I mean, it was... Okay, modifying it a little bit, that's fine, but then turning it into a hand-drawn curve? No. I mean, TOS warp scale, cube it. 2 to the third, 3 to the third, 4 to the third, fine. And then the TNG warp scale, it was 10 over 3. So 2 to, whatever it is to the 3.33 repeating, of course, power. That's fine. Maybe some innovations in warp. Maybe the transwarp drive actually did work to a certain degree. Yeah, I know. It's just, I've gotten my hands on the Voyager Writer's Bible, and it... one of the things written down there is Voyager can grab deuterium from nearby stars. Voyager can generate antimatter if it processes enough deuterium. Voyager should never run out of power. Hello, fuel supply. Speaking of...
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Alright, what do we got here? We've got a whole lot of nothing. Might be high metal content, but I am moving more towards rocky and or icy. Pretty sure it's ice, or, well, pretty sure it's rock. We'll see. Spun around here and see if the new scanners can pick it up at this range. Yes it is, the Sternbach reference binder for Voyager. And thank you, long-range scanners, you are now proving your worth to me.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'll be surprised if it's icy. Color me surprised. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Yeah, I think it was Sternbach and Okuda. Oh, well, glad to hear it, Vertex 9, and welcome to the show, where the surprises never stop, and the points don't matter. System map.
System map.
Oh, there is a whole Bunch of unfortunate nothing here. Ugh, mournful.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Eldani, I'm not even gonna...
Fuel scooping complete.
Looking forward to the Codex next year. Not sure what Codex you're speaking about, actually. Did I miss something in the news? Fleet carriers are going to be awesome. Cannot wait for those. Oh. Oh. Ooh, yes. Yes, please. Okay, so we've got a G-Class star here. Anything... okay. Might have some interesting things to listen to. Well, now that just sounds weird. I don't know if I know that sound. But now's as good a point as any to learn what makes that sound. Holy crap, I can scan it from here. Thank you, long-range sensors, again.
Fuel scooping.
I did see that they're going to change the planetary generation. That also looks fun, adding a little bit more color, variety, etc. Okay, high metal content. It's just high metal content that I wasn't
Fuel scooping complete.
quite familiar with. But it does add a few quarters to the fund, I see. Hit it.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Yeah, now I just want to know how much the fleet carriers are going to cost. Is it going to be a squadron of players pooling all their cash in order to buy one? Or is it going to be... Tell your girlfriend she's wise. But yeah, are you going to assemble a squadron first, and then you got to kind of pool your cash to buy a carrier, or... You know, can one person do it if they have, you know, obscene amounts of wealth? Why am I even trying to approach this thing? System map.
System map.
Nope. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Explorer jump.
Preparing for jump.
It would be neat if it were modular, and yeah, that you could...
Hyperspace velocity reached.
I don't know if I want to use Star Trek Online as a model because of the ungodly dilithium grind, but
Engaging exit protocols.
being able to, you know, buy just the base framework
Compiling
of,
data for cartography.
say, like a starbase. System map.
System cartography.
Ugh. Ugh. Just, no. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Fuel scooping.
This is a system of sadness and fail. I mean, at least an L-class brown dwarf or something, they've got an excuse. They're brown dwarfs. Or maybe I'm just, you know, maybe Trappist 1 is just operating way above expectations, and I'm just spoiled for that now.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Well, we've got some more interesting gas giants here, but not too terribly interesting. Nothing here with life, I can tell you that much right now. I don't even have to listen to them. If a gas giant looks like a chocolate chip cookie, or maybe a slightly moldy cookie, then you've got something. You've got something with life. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Well, no, not life as we know it, because what lives on a moldy cookie? Actually, if we were able to find the life that lives on a moldy cookie, it would be life as we know it. Because, you know... I seem to have gotten caught up in some kind of aphorism cul-de-sac. Crap. Well, of course, yeah... I give up. Oh, Commander Space Texan, he was an awesome guy. Water is wet, that's true. Crap sack. Crap baskets. And there's nothing here. Just another star on the route to scan. Resume course.
System destination.
T Tori, so it doesn't even give me a fuel scooping. I know, T-Tories haven't actually flashed into fusion yet, but this thing doesn't even have a protoplanetary disk. What's the jump range on this sucker? Well, this is what you get when you do combine mad science and mad engineering. It goes between, you know, a full tank, around 47 light years. Half tank, you'll get 52 in an Orca. And you know, I cannot complain about the view one bit. Well, yes, but how are you going to model the elephant? Well, it'd be 4 elephants. Because the 5th one crashed.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Moving right along. And then I declared victory and moved on.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Okay, got some interesting things. All scanned, of course. You... So I think this one's going to be high metal content. This one is definitely high metal content.
Fuel scooping complete.
Thank you, Alex. That one's high metal content. Well, let me get away from the star here. Point it at the right place. And I can show you. Not too far out of the bubble. God. Yeah, I'm only like 700 light years from Sol. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Yeah, not too far out. I've just got bookmarks everywhere, and a lot of these are holdovers from the 1000 light year plotting system they used to have. I was trying to make best time, so I'd just plot out to 1000 light years, and then I'd come back, you know, and set up waypoints. I never quite cleaned up the old bookmarks after I was done with them. Should be getting a scan here in a second. Yep. This one was almost definitely high metal content, just from listening to it. Because there was this really harsh metallic buzz to it when I zoomed in on the system map.
System cartography.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, high metal content. Oh yeah, Professor Pain in the Ass is what he should be called. So worth it, though. This one, I'm not sure what to make of it. So I guess we'll go have a look and find out what it is. The Sirius permit, and then you're going to need modular terminals. And let me tell you what, modular terminals were such a absolute... It makes me mad just thinking about them. You had to turn in 25 of them to get to Marco Quent, and Marco Quent has the considered the... Okay, give me a minute, or I just end up speaking Angrish here. You can't buy them anywhere. You can only get them as mission rewards. And Marco Quent is orbiting Sirius B. So he's a 10,000 light second trip. I mean, I know it could be worse, but yeah, getting 25 modular terminals, and for some reason pirates love those modular terminals. So you need a ship that can defend itself or run away, and is capable of doing the missions, unless you want to, every time you get 4 modular terminals, run back to Sirius and drop them off at his place. High metal content. Interesting, I hadn't heard of high metal content to actually sound like that before. So, okay, backing up here, evidently the hypergates in Cowboy Bebop were used to terraform the various worlds by piping energy from the sun to those worlds. Neat. And if you're piping energy directly from the sun, I can see how that would have made a bit of a mistake with the moon. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Passenger missions and Aditi? Oh, okay. There you go, there's a good idea. Sothis.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Possible chocolate chip cookie. This one could have life. 50-50.
Fuel scooping complete.
Usually I like the gas... The gas giants should look like that, but they should have a little bit more greenish tint to them. And then you're almost certain they have life. This one, call it 50-50. This one's either going to have life, or it's just going to be maybe a Class 4 giant. System map.
System map.
But looking for a gas giant with life, you actually want a lot of these storms around. There's a lot of storms on the surface. Or, well, in the atmosphere. I am Jack Bandit. Hello there! Excuse me. Sent you a friend request, Kyle Donovan. That's my commander name, not Mr. Moo. That'd be adorable, Eldani. But yeah, with a gas giant that has life, usually you want to see something with a really turbulent atmosphere like this one has. Because then you get a lot of mixing, you get a lot of storms, you get a lot of lightning. Mad scientists, organ music, it's alive. All that jazz. Fun stuff. Alex is specifically designed for Elite Dangerous. Actually, all of the voice packs from HCS voice packs are specifically, you can use them with Elite. They've got a separate... When you pick up a voice pack, like I picked up Alex, and it came with profiles for Elite, and it came with profiles for Star Citizen. So yeah, if you pick up from HCS voice packs, they'll be set up for Elite already. You just have to pick the right profile. Oh, it's a Class 1 gas giant. Alright, I was off. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Hit it.
Frameshift active.
I'll have to look that up, iMage. I'd like to see that. Congratulations on the Clipper. And yeah, actually, all the voice commands, Vertex, when you install the voice commands, there's a video, it gives recommended keybinds. So you set those up, and then everything is automatically configured for, you know, what you want. Like, I modify my commands a little bit. Like, I give my own power presets. Instead of saying split power between engines and shields, I say split 1-2. Of course, it helps that I'm not rambling on first. Split 1-2.
Redistributing.
There we go. Set 2-1.
Power to engines.
System map.
System cartography.
A little bit of a shorthand for in a fight. This one's a water world, I think. Yep, that one's a water world. You can hear the water bubbling on it. And bloop, bloop, bloop. Scanned or not by somebody else, it's worth money.
Scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
I've got a grade 5 detailed surface scanner configured for long range. It's giving me a... It wasn't a perfect roll. It's giving me a 173% boost. Out of a possible 200%. Waterworld, and yep, worth a pretty penny there, according to the data sheet. What do we got here? Candidate for terraforming? Yeah, that's good stuff. Resume course.
System destination locked.
One more look. System map.
System map.
All these are totally unexplored, which means Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Time to downshift. Huh. If I take this route, I never have to refuel. Of course, you know, it's going to be like a zillion one jumps. Still plotting. Actually, I'm going to cancel the jump and wait for it to plot out for... I'm not going to take the entire route this way, but we'll see what happens when I make a few economical jumps. Yeah. Oh wait, I didn't apply the route, did I? Apply the filters? I did apply the filters, alright. One of these days, I'm actually going to remember what I'm doing, and then I'm going to be a dangerous individual. I don't think I am. Let me check on something here. Nope. Nothing too terribly spectacular here either. No, I either stream in solo or in private groups. Just tends to cut down on, let's call it headaches. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, I've been sniped before. Actually, I was even sniped in private group. You know, it was advertised as, you know, streaming, no sniping, and somebody said, hey, could I pop into your group and, you know, get some help in doing some material gathering? I go, okay, sure. And he faked a fuel emergency and then blew me away when I was checking the map. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
That's not the one I wanted. Nothing too terribly exciting here either. Yep.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, there's an old legal precedent in Texas called "some people just need killing." I don't know if I'd apply that to video games, but certain digital people need killing. Oh, get the response. I handled it pretty chill at the time, all things considered, but it was frustrating. That was a couple days worth of hunting and equipment that I lost. Oh yeah, the fuel rats? Oh. God, you can't say enough good things about those guys. Fuel rats, rock rats. What do we got here? It's been scanned, but... high metal content. It's the rock rats that pulled off that...
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, okay. Running anti-piracy in the Maya system yesterday. Well done, sir. I tip my virtual hat to you. Resume course?
Selecting next system en route.
But yeah, the rock rats, I mean the fuel rats and the rock rats. The rock rats I don't think get enough credit for what they do. But it was excuse me. It was one of them that pulled off the rescue of Commander Macedonica. I've not. I may go look those up. Or maybe I have and I just don't remember the name. But if you're unfamiliar, though, the rescue of Commander Macedonica was one for the record books, I think.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
You look like a much more, much larger potential chocolate chip cookie. We'll see if this one has life.
Fuel scooping complete.
Someday I will reach that skill level. Someday. Today is not that day, but someday. Also, just for amusement, based on, well, planetary chemistry and whatever, makes me think of other chemistry. If you look up online, there should be a blog called Things I Won't Work With, written by a chemist. One of the things he mentioned was dioxygen difluoride, which gives the evocative chemical name of foof. And I believe his description of it was whipping up a batch of Satan's kimchi. Class 1 gas giant. Still no life. Damn, I am 0 for 2 today. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
can't remember if it's dioxygen difluoride or if it's some other horrific compound, but it can burn wet sand. I know it's a fluorine compound, I just can't remember which one.
Fuel scooping.
There's also something about hexanitroisowurtzitane, I believe. And anything in the name with, yeah, you should be clear to send a picture link. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
System map.
System cartography.
Any kind of compound that has the words hexanitro in it just immediately make me start looking for the nearest exit. Looks like it didn't quite like that link all the way, but copy-paste is a thing. Nope, didn't like that. Huh. Ah, too many spaces in there. There's what happened. There we go. Oh, wow. That is a lovely image. Man, the detail, the advancement of camera technology. I was just watching Scott Manley's video on the 10 dumbest mistakes in space exploration, and one of them was the Apollo TV camera, where it was something like 320 lines at 10 frames per second, and you know, it just they sent it to a receiver in Australia, and they couldn't, if I remember right, they couldn't rectify the PAL versus NTSC signals, so they just pointed a different camera at the screen and broadcast that with the hopes, well, with the expectation that they were taping all of this. They'd send the tapes back to NASA, and NASA, you know, take a look at it and properly broadcast it. They lost the tapes. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
And they never found him. So the original Apollo moon landing footage, yeah, they lost the tapes and probably taped them over. Probably taped them over in the mid to late 80s when they were still looking for, needed more data tapes for like the Landsat images. And then later on, another Apollo mission, they brought a color TV camera, and I think it was Alan Shepard, I think, don't quote me on that, but whoever was setting up the Apollo color TV camera accidentally pointed it directly at the sun and burnt it out before it even got set up. Yeah, I binged a bunch of his videos this morning just getting ready. What was another one that they've just found? He's very confident that they've got a confirmed extrasolar asteroid that got tracked, which is really, really damn neat. He's on YouTube. Check him out. He's a spectacular caster. He was just talking about, yeah, that they think they found, confirmed, I mean, the observations are still a little preliminary, but they think they've found an asteroid that originated from outside the solar system. Came in on a hyperbolic course. Orbital eccentricity was something like 1.2. Yeah, they did think they'd found an extrasolar object before. The eccentricity was something like 1.05 or something like that. But they tracked the orbit and realized it had gotten a kick from Jupiter, which it originated in the solar system, got perturbed, came flying in system. Jupiter gave it an extra gravitational kick, and yeah, away it goes. This one, though, it came in at, they're thinking around 26 kilometers per second, and the eccentricity was at, it's been, what, preliminary tracked at 1.2, so it's looking unlikely that Jupiter was able to slingshot it that hard. Now, what are you? High metal content. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Thank you.
Fuel scooping.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this one's looking like a little bit stronger candidate for a
Fuel scooping complete.
for an extrasolar object. Jump.
Frameship now engaged. No anomalies detected.
I did see that, Vertex. Somebody had the idea maybe they should have named Jupiter Thor, because it protects Midgard and it banished the ice giants. System map.
System map.
You are a very close gas giant.
Fuel scooping.
When you have a gas giant that's visible from right here,
Complete.
that you can make out cloud bands. Amazed it hasn't burnt up. Now there's a class 4 gas giant for you. I've got a cousin named Thor, actually. And I do have a VR setup, but I don't use it when I'm streaming. It's a little too twitchy, a little too hard for viewers. So I use a track IR. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
I've seen VR streams before, and I like them, but they're a sometimes food. But otherwise, yeah, I do use an HTC Vive. I do like the track IR. Let's see here. I do like the track IR. It, I had one before I had the Vive. I mean, it doesn't give the full, obviously it doesn't give the same 3D experience, but it does help you for looking around the cockpit, and it does help in combat situations. And in other situations, you know, the kind where, say, you don't want to run into a, you know, you want to look around, but you don't want to run directly into the object you're looking at. Unexplored, but no. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Though Obsidian Ant is now saying that somebody's kickstarting an 8K resolution VR system with a field of view about twice that of a Vive or a Rift. So before you go, you know, paying up on a Vive, take a look at that and see what you think. That's on Obsidian Ant's YouTube channel. But no, I do like the track IR here. You know, it's... You kind of have to look out the corner of your eye when you're turning your head. Because obviously you can't just have the screen turn with you. You're not inaccurate. But you can, with a track IR, you can set how big a magnifier you want on your head movement. So if you set like a 4x multiplier, if you move your head 12 degrees, the camera, or your point of view, will move 48 degrees. So that way you can just make little small minute adjustments and see all your screens. But it gets a little... At that level of magnification, you have to hold your head very steady, or freeze the camera like I'm doing right now.
Fuel scooping complete.
Or else it'll jitter around a bit too much. Now there's ways around that, you can kind of play with the settings a bit. I just haven't gotten into that level of detail yet. Okay, what do we got? High metal. High metal. High metal. High metal. All high metal. Nothing, no water worlds or earth likes. Resume course.
System destination locked.
But yeah, exploration in an Orca, I cannot complain about the view. And believe me, my co-pilot had a lot of good things to say too. Because when you're sitting in the bottom seat in an Asp Explorer, it's not a very well thought out bridge.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Fuel scooping complete.
The day you bought your Imperial Clipper? Oh, you silly Imperials. Yeah, I'll put something in there, maybe. I'd never even considered Nightbot. Never even thought I needed it. Well, apparently now I'm starting to need it. You know, you could have bought an Imperial Eagle without needing to do any rank grind. Just, you know, throwing that out there.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Well, the standard Eagle
Complete.
is amazing. I love that ship to death. The Imperial Eagle took all of the Eagle-like aspects and tossed them out the window. Things got out of hand. There was escalation. Yeah, don't I know how that goes? I wanted to take this thing out for a quick run around the block, and instead I ended up 4,000 light years away towards the rim. Yeah, Galnet also reports that the, well, it's just the... Apparently they were having trouble coordinating all the anti-EMP systems or something. So, capital ships are useless. Could this mean a bigger push towards small military ships?
Fuel scooping.
Well, the Alliance is perfectly positioned for that. Okay, what are...
Fuel scooping complete.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Nothing too terribly impressive from what I can tell here. Huh. The stations are... Well, there's words that we don't use in polite company to describe how the stations are. Oh, grinding the Sirius permit. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, I don't think Obsidian Orbital is much longer for this world unless, well, unless there's going to be some kind of concerted effort to save it. The Type 10 Defender, I've seen it, and it looks interesting. I kind of like it. Good description would be a Q ship. Based on the old World War I vessels.
Fuel scooping.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
You could go to Obsidian Ant's channel and listen to the sweet late-night DJ voice of Obsidian Ant.
Fuel scooping complete.
Or the voice pack. That's true. Honestly, I every once in a while considered picking up the ship's cat voice pack. You know, just a little something again for Maxim, just to have the little guy with me. Hank, what you doing back there? You hankin'? He's hankin'. He is the hankinest.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System mapped.
Fuel scooping complete.
No water worlds. Unfortunate. Yeah. I always wondered about the connections there. Obsidian Ant, Obsidian Orbital, the Ant Hill Mob. If Obsidian goes down, the ants are going to be very angry. I guess we're already here. System map.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System mapped.
Oh, hey. Apparently Kilroy was here. Moo Orbital? Huh. I do like the sound of that. Resume course. Wait a minute, we're here.
Selecting next system en route.
Okay, map, star class, visited, not visited, okay. Ooh. What are you? You are something I visited. No, you aren't, okay. Somebody would have visited a place like that, but it's in a little cloudy spot, so that usually means a really energetic star or a cluster of energetic stars. As a good friend of mine pointed out, the Imperial Clipper looks like the love child of a Learjet and a Klingon bird of prey. System map.
System
Crap,
photography.
50 objects. What do we got here? Well, start putting our name on the map.
Fuel scooping.
Well, everyone should be a big fan of B5. Then again, if the feds were bigger fans of B5, they wouldn't have sent their president out on a tour of the outer colonies. So as I was saying, chocolate chip cookie, gas giant, water-based life. The president came back, but, you know, touched by the Vorlons, maybe? There was a quote in one of the B5 TV movies, I think it was Legend of the Rangers, where they said if humans had their way, every starship would simply be would simply be a windowless brick, and every color except gray and green would be eliminated from the spectrum. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
How did Harry Mudd put it? I've been watching Discovery a little bit, but, you know, the technical term is out to lunch. I'm not 100% on board with Discovery, but Rainn Wilson as Harry Mudd is a inspired choice, I think. System map.
System cartography.
This one is going to have life. And I'm 100% chance of life. I want to say 75% chance ammonia-based. We'll see.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Gas giant with ammonia-based life. There we go. I'm actually seeming like I know what I'm doing. Wow, you are very close and very tiny. There you go. That's some good thinking there. Sounding like an old man because I had this bookmarked as tons of unexplored regions. And instead, there's this whole place, this whole area of the map's been filled in. Which is really kind of neat. Also means, though, that you need to kind of, you know, venture out even further to find new places on the map to put your name. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Oh, you're going to be a bright one, aren't you? Class O. Yeah. the entire galaxy should be... in Elite, should be explored right around the time of the heat death of the universe. Or maybe when Star Citizen comes out. I joke, I've got an account set up. I've actually got a few ships. Okay, it said I hadn't been here. Obviously, that's a lie. System map.
System map.
You are a tiny O-class star. Data here. Oh, holy crap. 76, almost 77 solar masses, but only 0.13 solar radii? That's not a star. That's a bomb. Oh, when that thing goes, it's gonna go big. Well, I mean, here's the interesting problem with stars. The more massive they get, I mean, with that degree of mass and at that size, that is a lot of energy compressed down. The gravity is just... the energy from the fusion reaction is just barely holding back gravity crushing that thing. Because that's what you got when you got a star. I mean, the more massive it is, the more gravity tries to compress everything down into a neutron star, black hole, whatever. So it takes more energy, which actually can be facilitated by the greater gravity, to fight off the gravity. It's a constant push-pull. Well, when that thing stops burning hydrogen, when that thing goes down to helium or, you know, or lower, it's just going to sequentially expend that fuel that much faster, and then fusion stops, gravity wins, everything goes crashing down into the stellar core as fast as it can, and you get a supernova slash black hole. Apparently I've been there, but hey. Bunch of places in between I haven't been. Yeah, gravity always wins. Also a neat thing. Let's see here if I can get a... you can make out the star's atmosphere from here. Which is really neat. You can actually, you know, that thing is broadcasting into the UV really, really hard. And you can actually make out the corona around the disk. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Now, what was it I was looking up? Oh yeah, spectral filters would be wonderful. I want to say it was like hypernova or pair instability supernova, where it's... I'm not 100% sure on the mechanics of this, but as I remember it, and I could be totally wrong, please correct me if I am. It's a star so energetic that a lot of the photons have shifted up into the gamma range. And basically when it goes supernova, it ends up annihilating itself, photodisintegration. There's absolutely nothing left, not even a core that you can get a neutron star or a black hole out of. Resume course.
View scooping.
Locking system destination.
View scoop disengaged.
Now here's where it gets a little fuzzy on my understanding of it, because if I remember right, these stars are so energetic that they actually end up producing minute amounts of antimatter, which end up creating more when they annihilate, just from the, knocking electrons around or changing spin on it. I can't remember. Anyway, you end up with a star that basically blows itself up in a matter-antimatter annihilation. I could be wrong on that last part, but I seem to remember something about that with pair instability. Damn it, now I gotta go look things up, and since looking things up on Wikipedia is not exciting on a Twitch stream, then again, I don't know how much planetary exploration is. Thank you, iMage. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Okay, pair production. So it... Well, that's true. So it does involve the production of antimatter. And it does involve the star being so energetic that a lot of its photons are going up into the gamma ray range. Which... Holy crap, just picturing what that would look like. In the nanosecond you'd survive looking at it. Okay, so we probably don't have many left these days. Because we're looking at... It feels like a strong wind.
View scooping.
And that quote right there, iMage, makes me think about the Star Trek series that we didn't get. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
So in 2006, there was a proposal for a Star Trek series, an animated Star Trek series, a new one called Final Frontier, which looked really, really interesting. Not the least of which because you have a Star Trek series that actually moves forward rather than being stuck up its own... The Orville is alright. It's basically TNG. But what I'm talking about for Final Frontier is... It was set in the early 26th century, where the USS Enterprise is a Bismarck-class battleship stuck on border patrol. The opening scene of the first episode would have been a beat-up shuttle coming across the Federation border looking for help, and a Starfleet-marked weapons satellite blowing it out of the sky. With the computer readout saying initiating first contact protocols and then blowing them up. Yeah, we did. Excuse me. Yeah, we did mention that. I remember that discussion too. But for the viewers at home, resume course.
Locking next star system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, the Enterprise's captain was not a big fan of that in this proposed series. Oh, not sure what to say about that. I don't know. There's parts of Discovery I like, and there's parts that make me go, wait a minute. If Discovery had been a 26th century series, it might have fit in better, I think, but anyway. But no, this animated series had the idea for, like, a security team called the Red Shirts, who were absolute badasses with, you know, state-of-the-art armor and equipment, who all voluntarily got implanted with adapted Borg equipment, so they're all in total real-time tactical communication with each other.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
But yeah, there was a Federation-Romulan war, there was... Hi there. Waterworld. High metal content. This one I will bet is high metal content. Well, it's funny, IMage, because I look at some of the designs for like the props in the show, and I can see where it crosses over with the old stuff. Like the rifles they have the triple cylindrical pre-fire chamber, like off an old TOS Type 3 phaser rifle. They've just got, you know, more shrouding and, you know, kind of jacketing around them. You know, plus the pistols, which are a combination of the Type 2 phaser and, you know, the laser pistol from the cage. And I'm gonna go zooming right past this planet. Come on, give me a scan. Give me a scan. Give me a scan. High metal content. System map.
System map.
You are a water world. I think. Pretty sure. If you talk to your computer, it sometimes does what you want it to do. It's like Crawley's plants in Good Omens. Talking to your plant does help it grow, especially if you make one an example to the others. Yep, Waterworld. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Yeah, the production photos for Good Omens look amazing. System map.
System cartography.
Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
I'm not even bothering with a scan on this star. It's like, nope.
Fuel scooping complete.
What do we got here? 2 stars? Thought I saw 1. Nope.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Oh, well, that's just unfortunate. You could have life. And we should go test that hypothesis right now.
Fuel scooping complete.
Nope, no life. Pity. May as well get the scan on your buddy here, though, while we're at it. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
You know, I just wanted to take this out for a quick spin, and here we are. God, a couple... 1,500, 1,700 light years away now? System map.
System map.
Survey says 1,800 light years away. 1,800 light years from Sol. But found something totally unexplored, which is nice. Wait a minute. Okay, ice planet? Possibly. Well, let's get to scanning and find out.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, iMage. I think I will.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think I will set that up next time around for, you know, distance from Sol. Not too interested in the moons. We'll just ignore the moons for now. They aren't major things. That's why. System map.
System cartography.
You're going to be a lot easier to scan than your companion. Eldani. No questions asked. How about that one? Sinase. Alright. Why not? Alright, let's see here now. Oh, okay, that's you. Just curious, like, do I know it? Alright, there we go. Let's see. You know, I do like these long-range scanners. I thought I was gonna... Yeah, I kind of jumped between this and the fast scan, but the long-range, not so bad. You know, especially if you want to grab, you know, the gas giants. I guess they both save you time. It's just one of them's flight time and one of them's scan time. System map.
System cartography.
Okay, so we got the major ones I was... Except for that one that I was really curious about. Got you. You're a high metal content. Atmosphere of water. Oh, boy. Gravity 15G, atmosphere... What? Atmosphere type, water. Here we go. Oh, different planet. 2.1G, 1334 Kelvin at surface pressure, 11,000 atmospheres. Atmosphere is 99.6% water. Ah. The funny thing is, the little overlay I have set up for OBS, I can't actually read that. So you guys can make that out better than I can. I have to actually go in and check out the data. You guys just have it up on screen. Lazy jerks.
We are being hailed.
Oh, Commander Danny Marks. Alright. Anybody we know here? Danny, duh. Thomas Edison. He wanted to make it... He under his proposal for how telephones worked... Wait, Edison? I think it was Edison. I think maybe it was Bell. I know Bell invented the phone, but Edison probably claimed credit for it somewhere along the line. But, yeah. He wanted to use ahoy as a greeting over a telephone, which is where Mr. Burns gets it from in The Simpsons. So I'm really curious about this planet. It could just be a chunk of ice, or it could be something different.
We are being hailed.
C. Montgomery Burns, pictured here terrorizing children in this late 18th century woodcut. High metal content. You know, I was honestly hoping for something a little different, but oh well. System map.
System map.
Okay, actually, I was right. The atmosphere sounded different. Well, the atmosphere is actually 30% ammonia. One-third ammonia, one-third methane, one-third nitrogen. Surface temperature, 600 Kelvin. So, not comfy. Methane rich. Huh. Interesting. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Jump.
Frameshift activated.
Oh, can you buy it back? Is the buyback option in play here? And maybe we should mark this time down too. Oh, good. Okay, 21:34:30. Mark that time on your calendars too. System map. You're just a binary system, aren't you? Trinary. Distances involved. Significant, but not insurmountable.
Fuel scooping.
Especially for long-range scanners. Ha ha ha! It's the little things in life you gotta find, find enjoyment from.
Disengage.
Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Long-range scans, also good for stars when you just can't be bothered.
We are being hailed.
Oh. Well, good luck with that. Really, first, what do I want to say? Getting your name on the map is satisfying. Getting first credit discovery is nice and all. But the bonus payout is, I think, 50%. So really, just honking the horn and scanning interesting stuff is the way to go. I mean, don't do it for the cash and don't do it for the glory. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to find things. I am not caught up on Atomic Robo. I really should be, but I'm not. My metal content. Think just ice. I want to say just a nice world as well. Nothing there in the audio that really threw out Ammonia Planet.
Fuel scooping.
I mean, that said, if it doesn't look too terribly exciting, then don't bother going in to scan it. I mean, if it sounds interesting or looks really interesting, go in, have a look. Otherwise, just honk the horn and keep on going. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
And if you're interested, I can load up I can show you the audio settings you need to listen for planets. Because water worlds, if you zoom in on them and turn up your volume, they kind of go bloop, bloop, bloop. You actually hear the water bubbling.
Fuel scooping.
Music of the spheres. Nice. I see what you did there. Very nice. System map.
System map.
Yeah, a little something like that. Long story short, you just crank up the music volume and turn off the music for everything except stellar cartography.
Complete.
And you set your optimization for normal, rather your dynamic sound for normal. Oh no, we're not getting into another pun war here. System map.
System cartography.
Yeah, I've already been here. I didn't scan anything the last time I was here, but I've been here.
Fuel scooping.
here, anyway. You know, I do believe that should actually be me, because I'm the one who's given all the setups. And we all know that the shortest distance between two puns is a straight line. And on that bombshell, and on that scan, I think we're going to call it for today. Good to be back. I shouldn't have any more issues like what's been going on for the past couple of weeks. Knock on wood. Pun category on Twitch? No. Both of you. Yeah, we're going to call it here before things get totally spiraling out of control. I'll be back on Monday. Glad to meet everybody. Glad to make a few new friends. Always glad to talk. Take care, everybody. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, laugh about it. Make a pun. Likewise, Vertex. Good talking to you. Well, I'm a true ass to the community. I know that one. Take care, everybody, and I will see you again on Monday.